Hey there, Renaud from Sofeast. We talk to a lot of companies that develop new products, innovative products, and they're wondering what should we do to defend our ideas, to defend our intellectual property, including what type of legal agreements are needed. Well, we put together this little video as general guidance. Now, we're not lawyers, so take this as business advice, and you should still work with a lawyer to make it happen in good form and with the right approach. So here we go for new and innovative products. What are the different types of legal agreements and also different types of actions that you must take? And we're going to go through several stages here, and we will highlight the legal tools and also some other suggested actions. So first, you start to be in contact with suppliers. Even before that, what should you do? Register some of your intellectual property before you share it with anybody. When you look at potential suppliers, the original design manufacturers that are selling products that they claim they own are the ones most likely to actually steal your intellectual property. Initial supplier screening, just to make sure you send the information about your product to 1, 2, 3 suppliers, not to 20 or 30 suppliers, right? You have to avoid leakage. Don't disclose the full information to your supplier. Well, usually that's a must. However, to the sub-suppliers, for example, there's a camera module, there's a specific sub-assembly, a specific component that's very, very important. Try not to tell the whole story to the sub-supplier. Okay, and of course, legal tool, the non-disclosure, non-use, non-circumvention agreement. NDA is not sufficient. Make sure it's enforceable. Law firms can help you with that. And the more work you do yourself in product development, such as the engineering design and the mechanical files, the electronic files, and so on, the more you do it yourself, well, the less you have to rely on other parties, and also the most secure it is. Now, if you need to do some of the development work with a supplier, you need their engineers to do some of the work, well, okay, first, obviously, you need to specify the requirements, you need to design what they have to do, if they can subcontract, who will pay for what, how to confirm actually that they're doing a good job. And also they will have to start working to talk to suppliers of the components and qualify some of these suppliers and so on. Well, will you know about these suppliers? Will you be able to contact them and so on? In other words, will the bill of material be open to you or not? That's very important. Tooling also very, very important. What about all the associated IP? Can you put it at any time and so on? And this, again, a law firm can help you formalize it in a product development agreement, right? Process validation plan, if possible. Yes, this is something you need to do, especially if you plan to manufacture in large quantities. Now, let's say development is done and you go into manufacturing with a supplier. Well, these are all the basics, right? What is acceptable performance, and what happens if they don't meet that acceptable performance? How to work together, forecast, payment, and so on. What are the usual risks and how to cover them? Do you want your tooling to be held hostage, for example? And other pleasant ideas here. Okay, who commits to what? Right? It's a sale. It's a purchase and sale agreement, right? That's how you should look at it first. And then also you need to cover some other risks that are typically associated with outsourcing manufacturing. Any restrictions? Can you go on site regularly to monitor and so on? Very, very important. And then again, there's an agreement with that, typically a separate agreement. It's not the same as the product development agreement. It's called manufacturing agreement. So how about you keep looking at what's happening? This is actually very, very, very important. So what do you do? Well, you need to keep visiting the factory, maybe auditing them, checking product quality, checking if the process controls are still in place and how they should improve and so on. You should have the ability to do that, and you should take that ability and do some of these regular visits. And there's a lot of companies like ours that can help you with that. And you need to make sure in the manufacturing agreement that it allows you to do that again, as I said before. And then you also need to monitor the market, because if they start to sell your product on some other markets and so on, well, you need to be aware of it. You need to collect the evidence, and then you need to work with usually the police force on in country to prepare for a raid and things like that, to take it down. You might have to contact some online platforms such as Alibaba, Amazon, and so on, right? All of this takes preparation and takes some work. And that's it. So I hope that was helpful, and please contact us if you have any questions. Thank you.